maybe hold the book.
Where you want me to go? It was reconciled. It was just a whole 9 years of just issues. One issue after another issue, and it wasn't my issues. It was issues with this person who never got their life right, who was just sort of dumping it. It just kept falling on me. And after a while you figure, okay, well, this is a quick fix for me. I can just hurry up, fix this, keep moving. Yeah. Whereas they aren't. Like, they didn't have a driver's license. I got to think about that, but you know. Got to have a license, man. We go somewhere and something happened, you got to be able to get us home. Yeah, so it was just certain things that just weren't fixed. And so that is why it was irreconcilable. It was just no end. It was just on and on. No matter what you did, it just never solved the problem. So I needed to share that story so that other people can see these triggers and decide. Make a conscious decision. Is this something that you can deal with or not? It's not just coincidence. These are manipulation tactics. These people are skilled at this. Is how they live their life. When we aren't from that mindset, you don't even realize it. You know, they come in and, you know, they figure out, okay, if I just do this, I just do that, then I can get this. And it's always to their benefit. But what benefit is it to me? And when it's no benefit to me, I need to be out of it. So I wrote the book just to make sure that I'm willing to just bear my bad experiences, good experiences, or whatever, just to try to bring some awareness, because so much of it is going on. There's so many women out here with their houses trying to do better, and then they're lonely. Somebody smile and laugh at you, and next thing you know, Netflix and chilling. Next thing you know, or another child pops up. And this particular individual that I was involved with just had children out the yin yang. One after another, here and there, and that's just not for me. So when you meet these people, you have to understand how they, your past can be your past, but how you lived your life tells a lot about your character. It doesn't mean that you have to beat somebody over the head because you made some mistakes, because goodness knows, we all make these mistakes.
Absolutely.
I have made a ton of mistakes, but I'm willing to, I'm up front with her. I did this wrong. I did that wrong. I did a whole bunch of stuff wrong. And my kids always knew what I did wrong. I'm open and honest about it, because maybe I feel like we're here to help everybody else. If you can't be true with who you are to the people you care about, then what value are you as a person? You got to help somebody else. And you can't help somebody else if you can't be real with who you are. Because people see right through that, just like your glass. So that's my reasoning for doing what I'm doing.
Hey, that's deep. That's deep. I mean, a lot of people work ain't that thought out. From the title to the everything. Pictures perfect. Everything.
Thank you. That was a hot day. It was a hot day.
It's crazy because people don't look at both sides. You have to be by far one of the strongest women I know with the biggest hearts. With the biggest heart that I know. Real shit. And I'm not just saying that. I don't just say things.
I know.
But they don't get the flip side of that strongness. Like, it's like, motherfucker, I would do anything for you. But the minute you fuck me over,
don't do it.
You got a whirlwind coming to your ass.
Yes.
And I don't think they know that about you.
Yes, I'm very violent. I'm mean.
They don't know that about you. But you can't. I don't really like the word mistakes, for real, because, reincarnation or whatever, but you only live your life, this life, one time. You can really think about what you did and try to switch some of the ways you operate, but I truly think that you can't really be blamed for your reactions to something that you never been through before.
Right.
If I never been in this situation, how am I supposed to know how to react? There's such thing as natural reaction, So it's a thin line in that.
But you gotta think it through. you have to think those reactions through because you can't afford to get locked up these days. You get one little charge and you can't work. So I've learned that removing myself from someone's life is the best revenge. I can't decide to go after people who did me wrong. What I can do is just remove myself because I feel like I'm an asset. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be that person that's always there on time for you. You're not going to have that because not a lot of people have a friend that they can always depend on when they need them and always on time and doing whatever needs to be done. I'm going to be there for you. But
yeah, you probably the only person I know that's like that.
when you treat me wrong, when you intentionally treat me wrong, then I'm not gonna let it happen again. I'm just gonna remove myself because, like you said, it's not that there are mistakes, but you're making a decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you make a decision, you need to be willing to live through whatever it puts you through. So when I make my decision, when I'm acting out, my girlfriends pull me because they grab me in a minute because my first reaction is to go for the jugular. I'm going to make sure that you won't do it again. I'm not going to just break your little arm or something.
Scar you for life.
Right. I want to make sure that you remember to not try this again. Don't do this to people. There's no reason for it. If you ask me for it, I'll give it to you. But when you try to take it from me, then we have a fight. That's all there is to it. I mean, who wants to have somebody taking?
Nobody.
Never offering anything.
Nobody.
But it's just between, going through that and then, AJ, I'm going through some real life stuff with my own child. And then I have old aging parents who are sick and I'm the closest one to take care of them. So I had to make sure I would come over here, drive an hour to come over here and take their clothes upstairs for them after they wash their clothes and, the doctor's appointments and, they passed away and within 16 months of each other. And, that's some real awakening shit right there. And, your parents get sick. You really realize that there's a whole lot of bullshit you can't deal with anymore. Because now you are the one. You're the head. You're the only one that your children have to come to. Mom and dad's not here. Damn. I don't have any more room for mistakes anymore. It's different when you have that cushion. You just sort of bounce around. Man, whatever. I can mess up my money. I can go shopping. And then, mom and dad's always over here with a credit card. Mom and dad will fix the car. Mom and dad, I don't care how old you are. Mom and dad is mom and dad.
Out of here.
Ooh, but when they ain't there no more and you gotta fill their shoes, you start realizing a whole bunch of stuff about life and what you can and can't do and the people that you can and cannot have in your life. And I swear I won't even date anymore because it's just, I see some characteristics right away. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't have someone bring drama into my life right now. Because I'm not emotionally available for it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm still handling my own.
Yeah. Ain't no time for
on Wednesday will be AJ's 6-year anniversary that he went home. Yeah. And it doesn't get any easier. I have his daughter I have to take care of. I have the other grandkids I have to be there for, my daughter. And you start realizing there are priorities, and for me, our relationship is the priority. I have to be able to work. I have to be able to be available for them. And they are what's in my life. They aren't going anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere until their final day.
Yeah.
And it's important for them to know that regardless of what they do, regardless of where they've been, that unconditional love is there.
It's crazy though, because some people had to learn to be without the parents earlier in life. So it's like,
I can't imagine. And then, with all that's going on with these kids, and it's no real family unit anymore. Everybody's just single, having kids by different people. Those kids are not being raised with that structure anymore. and they're just out of control, and they hate the world, and this one's father may be in their life, but this one's may not. So you got anger and animosity within your household now that you just didn't have before.
And you don't need at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's the last place you need that.
Right. That's supposed to be your unit. That's supposed to be your unconditional. That's where you learn it. If you're not learning unconditional love from the people that brought you in this world, how are you ever going to show that to your own children? Now, there are people that are strong enough that rise above that and be, I'm going to be what I never had. I'm going to be more than I thought I received, or I'm going to give my children what I think I needed that I didn't get. But your parents, our parents, they do the best they can with their situation.
Yeah.
What I learned, I was molested as a child at the age of 4.
Damn.
And because being adopted isn't easy within the family unit, because the other children know, and they don't treat you like a family member. They treat you like an outsider because you're adopted. You're not blood, so your feelings don't matter. So I can abuse you. I can mistreat you. To beat me up all the time, but it gave me heart. My cousin used to sock me in my stomach so hard. Oh my God, I thought I would die. But after you take some of her blows, everybody else's blows are nothing. And it gave me heart to fight back when I was being bullied. When I married an abusive man, I fought back. I didn't run and I didn't cower. But I fought back with a can-I wine bottle. When you come through that door, it is what it is. Raise your hand to me.
What?
I'm sitting on those steps with, the can-I had the long handle, and you could just sit there. Or was it Yagu? It was one of those bottles. But you could just sit there and...
Yeah, you gotta defend yourself.
You have to defend yourself with whatever you have. I had a knife put to my throat when my children were like 1 and 2. Threatening me if I didn't come back home. And there's a lot of things you go through as a woman that we just push down. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want to remember it. We don't want to live in that moment. But we are going through those, like we say, experiences because we need to help somebody else.
Like I said, you got to go through it to get through it.
You got to help somebody else. And my mother was never abused. She never knew I was abused. And I never told her until she was 80 years old. And she cried and she was like, I should have protected you. How are you going to protect me when I never told you what was going on? How would you even know? She was never abused. It just wasn't never on her forefront. But, I dealt with it. I learned to fight. I learned to defend myself. I learned what to do. And I've been able to share that with my kids and my grandkids. It's just, I just feel like our only job here is to help somebody get through. And so that all goes back to, again, the reason I wrote the book. I wrote the book because I want to do motivational speaking where we can just get in the room with a bunch of women and eventually, have a guy working on with the men. I can't teach a man anything because I ain't never been a man. And I just think men need to be encouraged by a man, not a woman who's sitting there telling them what to do. But
I will not allow you to sit here and say that you can't teach a man anything.
I don't think
you taught AJ a lot. AJ wasn't no dummy.
No, he wasn't. But there's a difference in raising a child and actually teaching a man. A man has his own experiences and his own views that he needs to share with other men, and then maybe we could all come together. I'm gonna have a workshop in March. I want to have it in March with women where we come to start healing. The problem with the women, in my and it's anybody, but my problem with women is I feel like we're undervalued, underappreciated. We give and give and we give, but in the end, who's pouring back into you? When you're a single mother, you're raising children, you're taking care of your elderly parents, you're doing this and doing that. Who is actually pouring back into you? You know, you have your own relationship with God, and God definitely does pour back into you, but you don't have anybody on the earth that's actually pouring back into you. And unless we learn how to seek that out, then we're not ever going to heal. So I want to do relationship with women where we are able to expose ourselves to each other in a safe environment where we can actually heal.
Well, you know, I'm trying to start a whole network, pretty much. Not just no YouTube channel. I want to start a network where I have people with their ideas of shows, whatever they want to do, and I promote it, I film it, whatever. So if you want to start a YouTube page or whatever, you know, and get all that together, I will film it for you. You know?
Oh, okay.
You already know.
I don't know.
Whenever you ready.
I do want